Captain Caliente grows his own hot peppers in a large aquaponic garden. No pesticides, no fungicides, and no water to bulk our sauces, just pure flavors. We had a chance to sit down with Chef Felix, the fiery chef. He made a delicious meal. We took the whole flight of Captain Caliente hot sauces and had a great discussion. Enjoy the Captain's Way.
I am the one. I am Captain Caliente. Caliente. Caliente.
All right, greetings, friends. I'm here with my good friend, Chef Felix, the fiery chef. And so you've made a meal. What we're going to do is we're going to actually try the hot sauces here, all of the Captain Caliente line. They're in order of mild to super hot, and we're going to sample it. But you did make an awesome dish for us, so explain what you got going on here.
I figured, considering that I'm actually doing keto right now, I kept this whole thing low carb. And I didn't add any spice to anything. I did a cauliflower rice primavera, with, red onion, celery, broccoli, a couple other things, some fresh cilantro. And then a simple grilled mahi-mahi, just a little basic seasoning, salt and pepper on the grill. Then I made a garlic brown butter sauce with a couple of shrimp in it. Normally I would make this into like a Cajun brown butter sauce, right, which we have on the menu this week at the Fiery Chef. But I kept this kind of bland. Sure. It's still going to taste good. Yeah, it'll taste good by itself, but whatever we put to it, you can put the sweet, you can put the hot, you can put fruity, whatever you got here, and it's going to complement what's going on.
I'm so hungry and ready to dig in.
I'm starving just leading up to this.
I know, I'm a big fat man. I've been sitting around waiting for you to go through your makeup and wardrobe and everything.
Yes. Yes.
Okay, so should we take a bite as a baseline so we know what this tastes like and then start adding sauces?
I agree.
Yeah, I think that's a good plan.
This way, before we put any heat to it, you know what you're getting into.
I'm very excited about this. And we're going to get into all the stuff that you're doing. But, nice. All right. Okay.
See, that's nice by itself.
I'm going to get a piece of some of this.
And even though it's cauliflower rice.
Delicious.
Yeah, thank you.
Fantastic. All right, so you ready to do this?
Let's do it.
The salt is just a delicious spicy salt. So the thing about the spicy salt that I love is you can put it on anything that you want to heat up a little bit, and you're not going to have to over salt it to heat it up,
And most of the food that I make, I try to keep it low sodium. I mean, you still need salt, or else it has no flavor. But a lot of people nowadays are gluten-free, dairy-free, low sodium.
You always wonder, how did the cavemen make it
without salt?
Well, just with the nut allergies and the gluten allergies and all this stuff out there, it's like, what? Could you imagine sitting around a campfire?
I don't know how we got here.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. No, honey, it's too much salt.
First sauce is our blueberry honeydew melon.
Honeydew melon, huh?
Yeah. Now, the honeydew melon doesn't really add its own flavor, but it does sweeten up and bolster the blueberry flavor. So I got a question for you. Tell me about when you were a young Felix, baby Felix.
Baby Felix?
Yeah. When was the first time that you knew that you wanted to be a chef?
I was kind of forced into cooking for my siblings. My mom was a single mother nurse. She worked that 3 to 11 shift. So when we come home from school, there was no supervising adult. I was the oldest of 4 kids.
Okay.
So there'd be the note hanging on the refrigerator with "This is what's for dinner today," and it was the same crap all the time. So my brothers and sisters used to squawk, "Why don't you make something different?" I'm 12. How the hell do I know how to make anything different?
Right.
So I started looking through her books, and trust me, they didn't all come out edible to start with, but most of it was pretty good.
And you enjoyed cooking for your brothers?
Yeah, I did, and I got pretty good at it. So by the time I was 15, let me taste this. Hold on. I like that. Yeah,
pairs very nicely with that.
That's why I said I made it kind of bland to where whatever we're going to put on it, that's got a little bit of heat, but not enough to hurt you.
Right.
You know?
It is our most mild sauce.
I like the fruity taste. Anyway, I remember one day, summer vacation between like a sophomore, junior year of school. I'm 15. My mom wakes me up and says, "Look at the newspaper." I said, "For what?" There's an ad for a new restaurant, Long John Sober's in Ocala. This is 1974.
Wow.
I'm 15 years old. She's like, "They're taking applications." I'm thinking, I'm not going to wash dishes nowhere, So she's like, "No, to cook." I'm like, "I can't cook." She's like, "Well, you cook every day for your brothers and your sisters." So I went down there, I applied for a job. Long story short, I ended up getting it. That was 1974.
15 years old.
15 years old, and I'm 60 now, so that's 45 years of
You've
cooking.
just been cooking ever
and
since.
I've been steady cooking since.
Beautiful. All right, well, next up, we're going to do our Mediterranean meltdown. Now, this is a balsamic. It's got tomatoes, carrots, sweet peppers, onions, and garlic as the vegetables in it. So it's kind of like a stew in a bottle.
What's this one called?
Mediterranean meltdown.
All right, I'm going to try this on the shrimp this time. See, that had a little bit of heat. It lingers a little bit, the first one,
Yes.
but not much.
The first one, we're using cayenne.
I'll be sucking on a quart of cream by the time we're done.
Yes,
I guarantee it.
well, you know, it's not every day someone takes the whole flight of Captain Caliente.
I like that a lot. This has got the roasted vegetables in it, you said?
Well, cooked. It's tomatoes, carrots, sweet peppers, onions, garlic.
So it adds some sweetness to it, too, between the onions and the carrots.
Well, the balsamic, too.
The balsamic, too.
How's that heat level for
I like
you?
that a lot. The heat's fine. I like that better than the first one, yeah, because I like more of that. It's got more of a vegetable. I'm not a fruity kind of sauce guy. I never have been.
Well, just now, just in time for the next fruit sauce. This one is apples, pears, and cinnamon. Yeah. Until now, it's your favorite sauce. No, this is apples, pear, and cinnamon.
I mean, I cook with a lot of it. I do. I just did a pork roast for somebody for Valentine's Day, and I did apricots, mangoes, and cranberries, and I steeped it in red wine and pureed it and rolled it out on the pork and then rolled it and tied it.
Right.
So it was stuffed with the dried fruit, reconstituted dried fruit, and I made a pan gravy and roasted vegetables with it. He was like, "That's the best meal I've ever eaten."
So where did you study? I mean, did you go to culinary school?
No, I'm self-taught. I spent 5 years in the Marine Corps.
Okay.
You know, I worked at Long John Silver's. I worked at Howard Johnson's. And then I worked at a Brooklawn Country Club up in Connecticut before I went in the Marine Corps. And then I joined the Marine Corps, and I was a baker. I went to baker school. And that was pretty intense. People, they don't realize, but back then the military supplied all its own cooks. I mean, we used to feed 1,200 people per meal per day, 3,600 portions of whatever you made per day.
That's a lot of food.
Yeah, so as a baker, we worked at, like 6 at night till 6 in the morning shift, and we'd make 3,600 portions of pastry, 3 guys. So you learn to move your ass, you know what I'm saying? It's like, whether you like it or not.
Working hard.
Everything from scratch, breads, pastries. And those guys ate like kings back then. Now it's all outsourced. They got Service America or some ginormous catering company that handles all the commissary kitchens on the military bases. And the food's
So you're saying when you left, the food went downhill. When you left the military, that was the end of it.
Now we're putting some heat in there, huh? But that's not real fruity, though. I mean, it's got a nice little kick to it.
That is good with pork loin.
I bet it would be.
That's amazing. But also, I mix it with mayo, make a spicy aioli out of it for like a chicken salad or something. But it's meant to be a dessert sauce, believe it or not.
I like it.
Vanilla ice cream, cheesecake, that type of stuff. I even had a friend once that made cupcakes with that in the batter. It was delicious. All right, so next up, we're going to do our not so soy. This sauce, instead of soy, we're using liquid aminos, Bragg's liquid aminos, and it's got.
So it's soy free.
Well, it's fermented soy, but they don't use the heat process, and it doesn't have all the gluten and the MSG.
So is it coconut aminos?
No, it's Bragg's liquid aminos.
Okay. See, I could use it. I do a lot of Asian stuff too. This is not so soy, you called it?
Not so soy.
I like that.
Out of all the stuff you've made, what is your favorite dish ever? What's your favorite thing to cook?
I mean, I cooked Italian for so long. I got really good at it. I worked 2 different French restaurants for about 5 years in South Florida. That's where I come up with stuff that I know I can use this in. I mean, I'll do fusion stuff that I'll take like a French beurre blanc, a butter sauce, and I'll do an Asian Thai pepper butter sauce. I could do something with this, do a rice wine vinegar and some shallots and a little bit of cream, do a reduction, add the butter to it, and then add one of your sauces to it. Make a butter sauce for fish or pork.
Right.
It'd be killer. especially the soy one. We used to do pan-seared duck breast that I do with like an Asian stir fry, and it actually has a wasabi soy butter sauce. Again, a French sauce with Asian ingredients. That sauce, this one right here, the not so soy,
Right.
in that reduction, would be killer on top of a piece of fish or shrimp.
So, at this point, you're saying you don't have a favorite thing that you make, like in your life, just for yourself. You're gonna cook something. Take all the special keto stuff that you got going on out of the mix. Just say
Out of the mix?
Just say you're gonna make your dish to treat yourself.
I'd probably go for like rack of lamb.
Okay.
I'm a rack of lamb, veal chop, carnivore kind of guy. I love sea bass. You know, pan-seared sea bass with maybe saffron risotto or something to go with it.
Right.
You know, grilled asparagus. That's my kind of food.
All right. Well, next up, this sauce was made for this dish.
We're getting hotter.
Yes. This one. Yes, we are. This one is pineapple mango. And we actually made it for fish tacos. That's what we were thinking. When we
It's
made
perfect for mahi.
it. Yes.
Like I said, you got the mahi, you got the shrimp. I'm trying to just drizzle it easy here.
Oh, it's great on shrimp. It's fantastic. It's scalloped shrimp. Mm.
It's getting a little bite to
Yeah,
it.
yeah. You're starting to feel the heat. It's starting to linger a little bit.
It's not yet. It lingers the right word because it's not going away. You know?
And that's the way we like it at Captain Caliente.
That's real nice.
I've known you from way back in the days. You used to have your own restaurant, and you've been through different restaurants, like you said, cooking here and there in French and Italian. And now here you are, the fiery chef. So you're cooking a different kind of food these days. Explain to me what that's about.
I decided to stop the restaurant business. You know what I mean? I've owned several restaurants, been partners in 3 of them. I opened 4 of the best restaurants Ocala's ever seen. I'm getting older. I'm getting tired. You know what I mean? I don't mind working 50, 60 hours a
You
week.
look like you're 30 years old, for crying out loud. And plus, look at how skinny you're getting.
The keto. Like I said, I don't mind working 60 hours a week, but I don't want it to be in a 110-degree kitchen with a board full of tickets screaming at servers to get this food out of the window all day. You know what I mean? It's
Do you have like that mean chef voice?
yes, I can.
Nice.
Pick it up, you know, and then you got to start yelling at
Come on,
people. How many?
You cut your hand, put it on the grill.
Yeah.
Sear it.
Stop being a wuss, man. Tape it up. Let's go. We're busy.
All right, so the gringo. We made this.
It gets too hot and I can't talk.
we made gringo for all the white guys.
Yes.
Yes, so
Like me.
Yeah, but it's a verde, but it's deceiving because it's hotter than a normal verde.
Did you use tomatillo?
No, we used
Green.
half of it's jalapeno, and the other half is our super hots that are unripened.
Oh, so they're all green peppers.
They're all green peppers. Yeah, we got some onions, some garlic in here, a little bit of honey.
Jalapenos will get ready if you leave them on the vine long enough.
But this is a great sauce. You're going to taste sweet, tang, and heat all simultaneously.
Mmm.
love this
Vinegar too. That might be my favorite so far.
It's a great sauce.
I think and it goes great with the cilantro.
Mm-hmm.
I just got a bite of that.
All right, so the fiery chef, you're making a new kind of. You quit the restaurant stuff. You open up this place, which is cool. I mean, you got tables here. People come in here and eat. All.
Yeah. Man, I've got a 2,000 square foot space, and I was looking for. I'll put it this way: I have a full catering company, and I've always done catering. I mean, every restaurant that I've been at, every restaurant that I've had, I've always built a catering division. But so for myself, I started doing just catering, and I started a ready-to-eat meal business, prepared meals, you know, meal prep kind of thing. We started out of the commissary kitchen, worked there for about a year and a half, and it got to the point where I almost couldn't make what I had to make every week out of there, so it was time to look for a place. In other words, either I'm going to grow or I get stagnant and stay where I'm at, and I decided to grow. So considering I found this space in a strip, you know, in a shopping center, I decided to do a storefront. I mean, I'm also capitalize on the fact that it is a storefront, it's not just a prep kitchen. So besides the ready-to-eat meals that we do, you know, we do paleo, keto, Whole30, classic meals, flex meals.
Yeah, why did you get into all that?
Well, I started off doing the same classic stuff I always did, you know, like, braised short ribs with saffron risotto and some kind of vegetable, chicken marsala with pasta, blah, blah, blah. Everybody's like, why don't you do some healthier stuff? And then I hooked up with Faithfully Guided Health Center and started doing Whole30 and paleo meals for them. And I had no clue what paleo was. So I can type about 70 words a minute pretty fast. So I get online, start looking stuff up, and I started working with their nutritionist, a couple of different dietitians and other holistic medical facilities in Ocala. And they pushed me in this direction. They said, why don't you take the knowledge you have and do something, make it taste like you like to make it, but without all the fat, without all the hormones and chemicals and all the crap that's in our food nowadays.
Right. That's a big concern. I think more and more people are getting concerned about that.
It's taken me a good year and a half to be comfortable with making something like this and not have to think about, the old days you come in a restaurant, you want something gluten-free. It's like, you put the brakes on in the kitchen. You got 50 tickets hanging up. Now we got to stop and make one gluten-free. Here we go.
Yeah.
That's what happens. Right. And it throws a monkey wrench.
Right.
Now when I make something with white flour, I got to say, where'd I put that bag of flour? I don't use it anymore. I mean, all my sauces and soups, dressings are all gluten-free. The only thing I have that's got any kind of gluten in it is if you get a classic meal and it's got real pasta.
You know what else is gluten-free?
Your sauces?
Yes. Yeah. We even have 3 vegan sauces. Okay, so this next one is roasted garlic, habanero, fresh squeezed lime, and sweet pepper. That's good with the lime.
Which one is that?
Roasted garlic. The lime really tastes well.
Everything, not to pat myself on the back, but to pat myself on the back.
I think you should. I mean, you deserve it.
Every sauce so far has gone with what I made.
Mm-hmm.
And the more it sucks up the sauce, the better it is.
All right, next up, you're in for a treat.
Time for those.
This is the OG, the original, the very first sauce.
That was my favorite back when you first made it.
Yeah, this is yeah. Oh, you have had this one then.
Yeah.
So this one's got a bite to it.
Yeah, it's gonna hurt me. It's a problem.
Nah, it's good. It's good for you.
Right now, my tongue's kind of numb. It's not like on fire, but it's numb. So this shouldn't make it any worse. Yeah, I've done a lot of stuff with this. I told you I have several Nigerian customers, clients. A couple of them are client friends now that I've done, 8, 10 different parties for over the last 2 years. And I've used your sauces. I've used your peppers that you put in your sauces. Your Jamaican chocolates and some of the Scotch bonnets and the habaneros. God, they're good peppers. But I'll do their party chicken and their jollof rice and their fish stew and some meat pies, some Nigerian street food, Nigerian specialties, and they're amazed at the flavor that comes out of the different peppers because they're used to one specific pepper. It's real similar to Scotch bonnet. It's got a lot of heat, but when you put the different varieties that you're growing into the sauce that I make it completely changes the flavor, which is I never expected. I know the heat from a Scotch bonnet. I would cut a little bit, steep it in something, and I'd add heat to something I was making. But I never used those peppers, in mass, in bulk before to get a flavor from it. When I made a big batch of that rice for 200 people with those chocolates, you knew there was a different kind of pepper in there. I mean, the flavor changed everything.
That's the thing about these peppers.
I was shocked, actually.
The peppers, I think people don't recognize about hot peppers. They're just like, they think, oh, it's hot or it's not hot. But the thing about
That's
peppers.
still my favorite, though.
It's a great sauce.
It is.
I'm starting to feel it, too. But they all have a unique flavor. And there's so many different kinds of peppers. It's amazing.
You grow them all now. So.
Yeah, we grow them aquaponically. So it's a recirculating water system. And we use fish. We got like 1,000. It's a 6,000 gallon system. So we got a 1,000-gallon fish tank, and the fish poop. It's all gravity fed. The fish poop drains down, and
there's your fertilizer naturally done.
Yep, and we use ladybugs to control the pests, which is pretty cool. All right, here you go. The Captain's Rage. Are you ready for this?
I got to check out your farm when we see.
Yeah, come on out, man.
Now that you've finally been to the store.
Yeah, I love it. It's really cool. I'm totally digging the meals you got going on.
Yeah, and the soup. I mean, it's like I tell people that there's a new soup Nazi in town. That's me.
And you sell it every day, right? People come in here? Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, we have 2 hot soups every day. We do fresh salads, sandwiches, and And the soups. I mean, we sell the soups cup, pint, quart. I go through 15, 20 gallons a week. I'll make a soup that lasts 2 days, maybe 3 at the most. You know, I'll make 4 or 5 gallons, then I make another one. We make 2 constantly. One is always keto friendly, and the other one is always vegetarian, sometimes vegan. So I have one vegetarian soup and one that might have meat. I mean, what do I have this week? I did a traditional, like a broccoli cheddar cheese soup, but it's gluten-free, real cream, a lot of fat, but very low carb. Heavy cream has very, very little carbohydrates. Milk, on the other hand, is full of carbs.
Okay.
I mean, 1 glass of milk is like 14 grams of carbs, 12 or 14. Heavy cream, 1.5 grams, 2 per cup. That's it.
You ready to do this?
No, but I'm going to do it anyway.
Cheers.
Cheers. The captain's rage, huh? Captain showing his rage. That's good flavor, though. See that? You taste that.
We haven't gotten the heat part yet. So
Yeah, but it's that old kind of flavor I'm used to from, you know, I do, I got a bunch of red habaneros, and I steep them down, and I'll use a thumbnail in certain dishes to give it heat. That's the kind of flavor I get. It's that straight pepper taste, which is why it's hot.
Yes. Well, this one is a collect. We are growing some of the hottest peppers in the world, so it's a collection of all of our super hots. But we really wanted it to be flavorful too. But you'll notice that it's a creeping sauce, like the heat's continuing to build.
It's getting hotter.
Yeah. So I saved some stuff to put my. I think I'm going to go back for the Captain's Nectar.
That was good. I like the green one, I think, best, to tell you the truth.
That's your favorite one?
Yeah.
I love that sauce.
Now my nose is starting to run.
Yeah, the Captain's.
What's making that happen, right?
The Captain's Nectar.
The Captain's
the Captain's Rage does that. It's like that sauce. That one will linger for a while.
That's hot.
Yeah. That's the way
And you know what it is? It's getting hotter.
Yes. I really enjoyed this, though. This is great.
Yeah, me too.
Man, thanks a lot.
I appreciate you, doing it with me.
Oh man, I can't wait.
Inviting me to get in there.
Yeah, we're gonna do a whole series of these shows, so I'm excited about it.
Definitely.
But thank you, brought me into your place and cooked for me. I mean,
Yes.
I from one of the best chefs in Ocala.
Thank you. And we'll start selling some of your sauces in the store.
Nice. I like
That's
that.
the next step.
Beautiful.
All right, man. Thanks.
All right,
I appreciate it. Thank you.
The captain loves you.